What's up, chat? What's up, grinders? Today is going to be an episode 2 of GRIND-O-NOMICS, and it's episode 2. Today is all about planning, and we're going to going to have some new features today that I want to highlight and also showcase before we get started on the main topic, which is planning, and it's going to be quite fun, guys. So quickly get into the stream, and we should be getting started in about a matter of 5 minutes. What's up, Ash? What is up? Where in the world are you all from? Say hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi there, Jenny. Yes, Spiky. BTC is flying. 4,800. Everybody's going for the lovely BTG, Bitcoin Gold. Not surprising, man. Not surprising at all. Oh, 6 people watching. Oh, so sad. Let's let this stream populate a little bit more. 6 little people. Been enjoying your show. Thank you so much, Ash. Oh, how come it suddenly jumped to 22, man? Something wrong with this shit. Oh, sorry. Are you guys taking quantum, man? Aha, Finland, Florida. Oh, man, loving this place, man. Miami. Zachary Sue, you're in Miami? Nice. Miro, oil alts are bleeding. Of course they are, man. But don't worry, man. If you're in the alts that we suggested at Crypto Grinders, you should be fine. Fundamentally, it's all good, bros. What's up, Luis Torres? Oh, from Portugal. I have yet to visit Portugal, man. I promise you, the moment my kid is old enough, we will be traveling, guys. We will be traveling. Ash, whether people will be disappointed with BTG or not is not up to us. It's all about a matter of appeal. It's all about a matter of proposition. How Jack Liao is going to position themselves. Hi there, Paul. Ireland, nice. Oh, man. Miro, you're from Croatia. I've lost almost 50%. Yes, it is very painful, guys. It is very painful. Lisbon, oh. Okay, guys, just very quickly, I wish I could share screen, but unfortunately, XSplit doesn't allow me to share my screen. I'm actually staking my quantum. Okay, so before we get into the main topic of GRIND-O-NOMICS episode 2 planning, I want to cover a little bit about the staking first. So please bear in mind that because yesterday what happened to me, just my experience, I didn't know that I was on version 0.14.2. What I did was I downloaded that version and I sent 50 quantum over, right? And it didn't show up. So I was asking the chat, what's up, what happened, and then I realized that the version was incorrect. So the correct version is 0.14.3. So maybe it'll be better that I just let you guys take a look. Better to if you're not staking as of now, you better look at the because it depends on the source, right? So I think 14.12 is the incorrect one. Let me see whether, because if you're going on the Reddit file, the link will lead you to the old link. Oh man, wait, the baby is crying. It's evening time here, guys. So how many of you are already staking your quantum, man? I'm already in the midst of staking. It's already 11 hours before I know whether I get anything. So it's pretty fun. I think it's very exciting to have an element of uncertainty, But the current so-called reward, right, is about 20%. 20%, guys, because there's only 4.98 million tokens that are being staked as we speak. So the more speculators there are, the better it is for the people who are intending to stake, because it increases the percentage and the chances for you to earn quantum. Yeah, Neo is easier, is more straightforward, but I feel that there is a certain element of security that I like the way quantum structured their POS system. I'm just trying to pen it down in words, before I actually discuss that. Okay, hold on, guys. The baby is making a little bit of a noise. Okay, give me a second. Okay, guys. So, okay, let's man. Okay, so guys, let's listen to the stream. The baby is crying, but it's okay. So, now we are going to discuss a few things, a few topics today. So those who are at work, stay tuned, because today's topic is going to be actually pretty awesome. If you're taking a dump at the moment in the cubicle, also an awesome topic to listen to. All right, so now, firstly, staking, you can use an old computer or old laptop, or you can use a Raspberry Pi. All right. And the reason why you want to use a Raspberry Pi, because it's a remote computer that is away from it is basically not your main computer. So when you don't use it on your main computer, you are going to be more secure, because you don't want to be downloading third party software. Let's say, for example, you've always been streaming videos or whatnot, okay, or you download a lot of games and everything. Please do not use that main computer, because if you use that particular computer, right, there may be viruses in there, or trojans that could, or keyloggers, malware that could actually compromise your wallet. So be very, very careful. A Raspberry Pi is always recommended, all right, or a laptop that you have completely formatted, and it's completely clean of anything, and it sits separately. It doesn't download any emails and whatnot. So those folks who are new, you can start. Just download the wallet and get started. It's actually pretty simple, guys. Just remember that the wallet version is 0.14.3, and after you have encrypted your wallet, so the wallet the encryption process is actually quite simple. You just need to put in your passphrase, and remember, do not lose that passphrase, because if you lose that passphrase, guys, you are not able to access your tokens ever again. Okay, and after you have done that, make sure you update and backup your wallet.dat file. And make sure you have multiple copies of that wallet.dat file, because if you do not have multiple copies of the wallet.dat file, you also will have issues with retrieving your coins, or at least restoring your wallet. Yeah. Okay. So the wallet.dat file is very important. So I saved the wallet.dat file into my two external hard drives. So just in case one crashes, you still got the other one. Basically you can put in multiple external drives. Okay. So now, a few things that I want to highlight. Firstly, I want to highlight that quantum is actually very, very resilient, especially in this current market. It has the most news. It is currently going to be it's gonna once coin one completes its swap. Okay, then more exchanges are going to adopt quantum. This is for the speculators. Okay, I'm not too concerned about whatever, because I'm already staking my coins. So I'm not into the flipping and whatnot for this whole year already. I'm looking to be focusing on investing and looking for projects that are still under the radar, but they have strong fundamentals like Omisego. They have strong teams or development teams like Quantum. So I'll be hunting for those. So for those who are not in my signals group, bear in mind that we are opening for registration in 5 days time. Take a look out. The moment any video on the 15th onwards, we'll have that link for you to sign up for our signals group. And now the beauty of the signals group is not just purely, buy, sell signals. You get first dibs to reports. You get first dibs to our newsletters. Also, at the same time, you get first dibs to our thought process on investing. And at the same time, you will be having first dibs to interviews that we conduct at CG. I think that's very, very important. First-hand information is always like first mover advantage. So stay tuned on that. Now, next, we are going to be looking at this very, very awesome website, which is Coin Checkup. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT 8, all right, I will be having an interview with the founders of Coin Checkup. Now, why do I like Coin Checkup? Okay, so initially they emailed me asking me to review, and I realized that tools are very important. So I want to highlight a few things. I think there are similar sites out there that provide the same kinds of criterias and analysis. So for example, okay, you have the total market cap, you have the 24-hour volume, Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so what's so different in comparison to what's the other one we always use? CoinMarketCap.com. Now, you notice here there's a score. Now, this is the part that gets interesting, guys. You notice that there's analysis. There's an analysis tab. So you click on the analysis tab, right? You can actually look at the various kind of columns. So for example, the team, the advisors, the community, product, the coin. Okay, I think I assume that this is coin transactions per second. Your social media, how active they are in terms of communication and business. Then also when it comes down to, I think, investment, so far, what is the market movement, price now, compound monthly growth rate, ROI, cumulative ROI, average market cap, total current market cap, you have volume for 24 hours, okay, each month, okay, and then we even have this tab called predictions. Now, so they formulate a score, and then from then you can go in, like say whatever favorite crypto that you've always liked, you can actually go and pick it, and then from then it will have like a lot of criteria. So tomorrow I'm going to be speaking to the owners live, and yeah, it's going to be very exciting, guys. I think tools are extremely important, especially when we're formulating and creating a portfolio for ourselves. And this is one of the tools that I will be recommending going forward. Yeah, it's a free tool. You can just sign up an account and get started because it's a non-profit, guys. That's why I'm very willing to understand a little bit more about what they're trying to achieve and how are they going to stay competitive compared to other sites that are out there. Yep, stay tuned for that. Okay, now let's get started into our planning phase. So let's go to so wait, we have the full webcam, guys. The full webcam. Woo! What's up? Okay, now guys, I think more often than not, when we talk about GRIND-O-NOMICS, we are here to formulate plans. We are here to start getting excited and start having a plan before we enter 2018, guys. Yes, I am going to make sure that today is that day where you guys are going to have a plan for 2018. So, I think if you watch episode 1, I was talking about make sure you have action. You take action in your business plan. So I'm not sure how many of you guys have already formulated a business plan, but let's start today. So let me introduce a very, very important tool. In fact, two very important tools for this episode. Okay, these two tools are extremely essential, and they are one of the greatest inventions of all time. The pen, and paper. I disappeared, guys. But never mind. You get the idea. Okay, let's remove the let's remove the background, guys. Let us remove the background. Okay. All right. Okay. So back to this. Sheesh. Okay. So as I was saying, okay, if you have not formulated a plan, guys, today is that day. Now, I do not want people to leave 2017 not having a plan for 2018. That is not what Crypto Grinders is all about. We are here to help people get started. So if you have a business idea that you have been longing to start, okay, don't just think about it. Now, there's two things that I want to highlight: dreams and goals. Now, what's the difference? Dreams are basically what? Thoughts, right? At night, you dream about it. You think about, what kind of lifestyle you want to have, travel the world, what kind of house you want to have, how much money you want to have in the bank. That's all good, guys. That's all awesome. Everybody dreams about that stuff. Oh, you like that background, but okay, later I'll put it back, man, because I think the whole idea is to show the plan. Now, the next thing are goals. Goals are structured, guys. That means that you're going to create milestones, okay? You're going to create milestones for yourself. Now, think big, but be realistic. That means in a matter of X amount of time, right? You are definitely going to execute whatever you have written down on this with the pen and the paper. Okay, you're gonna start doing this. So maybe let's do this exercise together. Don't just listen to me and treat it as an entertainment channel. I mean, it is rather entertaining, I must say. But the whole idea is people pay for this kind of stuff, guys. Just so you know, like you could receive a book. Like say you go for some kind of motivational talk, right? Business planning. You're gonna be charged an X amount of money. So say for example, it's a 2-day, 3-day, 2-night. They call it mastermind, whatever. Okay, whatever fancy schmancy name, or it's a 1-day seminar. So what you're gonna do is basically take out your pen and your paper and start formulating and writing down. So firstly, have a goal. Your goal is a mission and vision. What is your mission? Your why? Why are you even starting out this plan in the first place? Like, is it for you to get rich, or you see that there's a problem in the space that you're in, or basically there's usually a problem, right? Or there's a lack of something, a demand for something, but it's just that unfortunately no one has done it yet. There's maybe saturation. There's no innovation. Okay, maybe for example there was lack of capital. You have been thinking about it for the longest time, but you have been procrastinating. You have tried it before, or you have attempted it multiple times, but you have failed multiple times. And there are times when people get you down. For example, you are your own lid. You are capping yourself, or you're just afraid to attempt it over and over again. So there are a lot of things that could affect your thinking, right? So the whole idea right now is to literally write it down. You don't have to, okay guys, this is just for visual, right? You don't have to have a pen and paper. You can use Trello, you can use whatever business tool that you are most comfortable with, and then all you have to do is start formulating your steps that you want to take. But I think the most important thing in any kind of business plan is the why. Okay, so the why is the strongest thing that is going to push you through, especially when you fail. Okay, so you can have multiple business ideas. Let's say you have some people are damn creative, like they can have, I don't know, like maybe 5 to 10 business ideas. So after you have 5 to 10 business ideas, right, you would want to plan, like for example, which one is the most realistic for you to achieve in the next 90 days. Okay, so don't think about too many things. Don't be too detailed. Don't be like taking out a book and Ryan. Since Ryan is suggesting planning, I'm gonna buy a business planning book, and then start reading up on it. Firstly, that book is gonna take you some time to read. I need action, guys. So in the next episode, right, by the time that we go to our next episode, which is episode 3, okay, either this week or next week, all right, you already have the plan. That means you already have 5, 6, 7, 8 ideas ready to go. And after that, we are going to talk about execution. Okay? Now, in the next episode, right? Oh, wait. Wow. Okay. So in the next episode, okay, we are not only okay. I am going to make this series extremely fun. Meaning to say that I am also going to be speaking to people who have started business out as solo entrepreneurs, okay, solopreneurs, and they built it into a business. I'm going to be finding these people and I'm going to be bringing them on, and they're going to have diverse backgrounds, they're going to have different circumstances in life, okay, and from there you will have a chance to listen to their story. Because guys, I am not here to be the star of the show. The whole idea is to deliver as much value so that you go and get something started. See, for example, now there are 80 people watching. I hope that at least 10% of these 80 people will go and do something about just go and do something about it, okay? So this is the whole idea. Now, once you start your plan, make sure that you have the why, how, and when. Okay? Why, how, and when. And make sure that the when is 90 days or less. Okay? The when is 90 days or less, guys. That means by the time that you have the why and the how, make sure it's already in execution already. Okay? And then when you execute, firstly you're going to ask yourself now, don't aim high, but not so high until financially it's out of your budget, or from a time perspective it is not you can't do it on a regular basis. So for example, okay, let's talk about the money part. Let's talk about the money part. We talk about the money part. We're all about objectives here. So say for example money is an issue. Okay, say money is an issue. So you have to formulate a plan towards bootstrapping the project. Let's say your initial intention is a restaurant. The restaurant is going to cost you 200 grand. But maybe you can start with a cheaper plan. So you see, land in Singapore is very expensive. But perhaps in your country, you can start a small little food store that is going to be a fraction of the price of the restaurant. Okay? So, or if let's say you are someone who is planning to start a shop, can you start the shop online? You see? So this is all these things can be done. After you've already started the plan already, right? Kick it into motion, because I know guys, it is very, very possible, because I started with very little too. Like, it is okay, that's another story for another time, but I think today is all about you. So like I said, kick it into high gear. Write down the various business ideas that you have. So first start off with the business ideas. After that, for each business idea, why, the how, and the when. Okay? After you do that, from then, make sure you kick it into high gear. Start executing it within the next 90 days. You have to show something for it. So financially, okay, try not to. Okay, now the challenge here is don't lend any money. Haha. So okay, don't lend any money if you can, because bootstrap is all about working towards it, and don't over leverage. Okay, like naturally if you want to borrow, no problem, but I feel that because the failure rate tends to be very high, especially if you're a new entrepreneur, and if you borrow too much, you become in debt, right? So let's try to bootstrap the idea. So whatever that you plan, the big idea that is ahead, that is the vision. You see, remember in the beginning of this, in the first few minutes of this video, I said mission and vision. So the mission is to get the business idea out and to the marketplace as quickly as possible. The vision is to naturally have as much adoption of that particular product and service as possible. Okay, so now where was I? Right, okay, so since we already have that, we already have the plan, we need to make sure that for people who are busy, that means you have money. Money is no issue. Now you have money, but you don't have time. So how do you start? You know, I've always had this, because why you don't have time is because firstly, you have money, but you don't have time because you have a very high position in your company, for sure. So being that you have a very high corporate position in your company, you need to make sure that you are able to pool eventually pull away from this company, or at least if you enjoy what you're doing, stick to what you're doing, but can you work with a partner that is able to commit to your idea? Now this is up to you, right? You can either spend more, you need to squeeze out a little bit more time from your busy schedule to start formulating your plan, right? If you're interested in this project. Okay, wait. Okay, so I have this question. I'm working minimum wage for a company that doesn't give a shit about me, and I am smarter than this. I'm starting to hate people. People like you make me hate people a little less. Oh, Stefan, thank you very much, man. You see, guys, Stefan has just highlighted something about how he feels, and I think that's very important. I think everyone to a certain extent feels that way, because your company eventually is always about the bottom line. I think there are companies that are full on into the welfare and benefits, but at the end of the day, they really want you to be in this little hamster wheel. Because when you are constantly in this hamster wheel, bear in mind that you will get comfortable. Because when the hamster gets tired, it needs to go and eat, drink and poop and sleep. Then the next day, he'll be like, oh, okay, it's the same four sides of the cage. There's nothing really to do. Usually you just climb out, look outside for a little bit, and then you go onto the wheel again, right? That's the hamster, right? So if you realize, if you don't break out of this cycle, okay, it takes courage, guys. Okay, it takes courage, and I hope that when you formulate this plan on pen and paper, don't like, oh, okay, I wrote it down, and then after that nothing happens. Because guys, whatever I'm doing for you all right now is free, right? You don't have to pay 5 figures to come and see me to get it done. I mean, it really makes no sense. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, why would you do that? Like, this is exactly what is being taught by the gurus. You know what I'm saying? The gurus are going to teach you the same thing. Of course, naturally, it's going to be a little bit more structured, because usually they have much more business experience, so it's much more structured. But I tell you guys, I'm keeping it simple for you. If it's a solo effort, it's just an idea, either a product or a service that you can do for yourself first. Once you have enough revenue coming in, all you have to do is ask yourself the next thing: how do I scale? Scaling meaning it allows you to actually push more of it out with you being there less of the time. But I think that's another episode. That's like episode 3. So we talk about planning first. Okay, so the rat race is meant to keep us in this for the long run, so that eventually, right, you burn out. Okay, hopefully you don't have much savings, so that you can work until you die. That's the whole idea of this evil plan, man. You think about it, right? If everything is always so expensive all the time, but your wage doesn't go up, right? Agree? Or it goes up very little. When was the last time you had a pay increase? Now, why am I asking you all these questions? It's because I want you to realize you will only do something when it starts to hurt. You may be hurting now, but you'll be like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So it's not painful. It's not painful enough that you want to, enough is enough. That is what I'm talking about. Until you say enough is enough, and then you'll go and do it. Now, you know, the people who are the most successful are the ones that start with very little. They have the worst, the most challenging families, or maybe, you know, like abuse, you know, like parents, verbal abuse, being teased at in school, poor living conditions. I tell you, those are the ones that really breed the best entrepreneurs, man. I'll be very honest with you. Because you see, let's say you were born into a family with a silver spoon. You have everything. Mom and dad, you know, mom and dad just gives you everything, right? They will let you hurt a little bit, but they won't let you hurt too much, right? So it's very challenging. It really depends, right? They usually learn later. Now the people who are in the worst conditions are usually the people that are the hungriest for success. So I hope that this video kind of reaches out to these people more than. By the way, guys, my videos are for everybody. I'm just saying, but I know you know what I mean, because when I had very little, now I still remember there was a time I had freaking $24 in my bank account. Hey, I'm not making it up, guys. Making this up. It's actually quite embarrassing. For the fact that I was a banker, I made 5-figure commissions. I had a very nice 4-figure salary. But when I left, there came a point, right, that I had more debt than I had money. Right? I had more debt than I had money. I'm sure everyone is having that same feeling. Right? You don't have to answer me. You don't even have to type it into the chat. But I think the whole idea is to understand where I'm coming from. So I had $24 in my bank account. I practically had no money, man. I had very little. That when I drew out the last $20, because the ATM can only allow you to draw $20 at a time, I was like, I looked at myself and I asked myself, how did I come to this situation? Okay, how did I come to this situation? And it really hurt, man. It really hurt my ego. And that's when I realized that I needed to. I mean, at that point I was already humbled down to nothing, guys. I mean, so much so that I was from the brink of depression. Okay, I was on the brink of depression, but I never slipped into depression because I think mentally I was always a fighter. I was always thinking about how can I make more money, but at the same time I don't do stupid stuff. That means anything that is immoral or whatever. So you see, this planning thing is also not just about logical planning, but also a mental state. Because the mental state that, okay, your current environment and your current circumstance is one thing that usually can pull a person back. For example, maybe you do not have very encouraging parents, right? Maybe you don't have very encouraging parents, or maybe you don't have a very encouraging spouse, or maybe the environment are people who are basically employee minded. That means they are not going to venture outside of their comfort zone like ever, right? Whenever you talk to them about, hey, have you ever thought about wanting to start something? Like, you're the go-getter in your office, but then everyone will be like, nah, I'm cool, man. I got 3 kids. Larry has 3 kids, and he's pretty okay. He's happy with his current wage. It's not that he's a bad person. It's just that he's not going to propel you. So that is where you have to ask yourself, are you in the right environment to propel you? You need to go and find a competitive space. You cannot just be like thinking that, okay, I have a great idea. If you really have a great idea, go and pitch that great idea. Sometimes it's about standing in front of someone, just one person, talking about that idea. Now, this is still the planning phase. This episode is all about planning, guys. So you go and speak to your idea to someone. Now, 2 things can happen. The dude is going to say, hey, this is actually a great idea. And then after that, he will probably think, hey, this is something that we could probably do together. And you just found a partner. Second reaction will be, it's okay, I've heard it before. And he starts asking you constructive questions. And he asks you constructive questions about how you're going to get it done, what's your business plan, blah, blah, blah. And he helps you out. I think that's a very, very good friend, right? The third friend, which is the negative friend or the negative relative, is going to say, come on, man, I know you. You're not going to make it. You can hardly even feed yourself. I've known you for so long, and you have never ever followed through with your plan. I know you, man. I think you better just stick to your day job, because it's secure, man. You already have a day job. What are you thinking, right? So you have that friend. So out of these 3 scenarios, right, the first 2 scenarios are so-called the best. But those are the ones that but if you find someone that works with you and pushes you forward, that's a bonus. But if you don't, you're pretty much on your own. Now, if you're on your own, then you have to go and find people within the entrepreneurial space and go and start rubbing shoulders with them and getting ideas. If you have a rich friend who is in business, go and buy him lunch tomorrow, not next week. Call him up. Hey, what's up? What's up, John? You know, I have a great idea that I want to run by you. You know, I know you're successful in business. Could I have, you know, just an hour or two of your time to run my business idea to you? I guarantee my 2 testicles, he's going to say yes. Because you know why? He knows as much as you know that it's so hard to start a business, especially a successful one, that if you are, and if he really treats you as a friend, all right, he's going to take the time off his busy schedule and help you out. Because when you buy people when you buy lunch, when you buy someone who is successful lunch, okay, or dinner or whatever, or drinks, and they take the time, they actually want to share, guys. They actually want to share, but they may not want to share to the masses, but they definitely don't mind sharing to a friend, because you are asking from a sincere point of view. And I think he knows that at the end of the day, that if he shares, he's also giving some ideas, because you know what I'm saying. So this is how you should at least approach it. This is for your inner circle. That means you're someone who's okay. Let's say if you're an introvert, for example, you're an introvert. You can start this way. Introverts can start this way. Now introverts are a little bit more challenging. They take forever to formulate. They plan for too long. That means they can be in this planning stage for donkey years. Okay. That means this planning stage, right, can be like for 2 freaking years. They always say that they're not ready. Okay, they are so afraid of failure, and they are just they're just not gonna do it, guys. You know, they're not gonna do it. And this is the part where introverts, I leave it to you, because you know your situation more than I do. Okay, I'm an extrovert. I don't mind failing. I don't mind people laughing at me. I don't mind people ridiculing me. I don't mind people criticizing me to my face and saying that, Ryan, you are shit. You're never going to be successful. You are just not smart enough. You're not fast enough. You're not innovative enough. I love it, man. I love it. Because when they tell me all this kind of stuff, it gets me fired up, and I go and make sure if I don't know the information, I will go and hunt for the information, and then I'm going to write it down. I'm going to read books about it. I'm going to watch YouTube videos about it. I'm going to read about it, okay, until I know how to do it. And if you can do that, then you're on your way to success, guys, because it's all about the process. It's all about the process of getting it done, because the pen and paper can only get you so far. The pen and paper can only get you so far. It's just an idea. So because the planning part is not only physical, where you action, but it's also the mental state. So don't waste too much time, okay? Don't waste too much time. Go and get it done, right? Today is the day, right? Don't have to wait until next year. You don't have to wait for Christmas. Okay, for Christmas to tell you Santa Claus is going to come down the chimney. Here is your business idea. This is going to succeed. There's no such thing as 100% success, guys. Just assume that your business idea is just going to fail. Just assume that your business idea is going to fail, and you're gonna attempt it in multiple variations for that particular business idea. And then after that, once you formulate that business idea, you feel that, okay, it's no good, you have to move on to the next one. Now, this gets a little bit tricky, because if you fail the very first time, doesn't mean that you stop. If you fail for the very first time, make sure that you go and ask someone who is an expert in that field. Be fair to yourself, because you do not know what this is all about. You do not have the knowledge, or you don't have enough experience to pull it off correctly. So don't be too hard on yourself the moment you fail. Now, I'll give you an example. A lecturer started this is a real life story. A lecturer started a business, a restaurant business, 200K. Now, to the lecturer who has been saving up that amount of money for an X amount of time, he has that money to work with. He didn't need to take a loan. Okay, he went into the business venture with a partner, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. The business went down the drain, $200,000 gone. It was a great learning experience for him. He took it as a learning experience, but he's never gonna go and step back into the F&B business again because he burned 200K. And it's not as easy, guys. It's not as easy. And of course, you must be thinking, well, if I had 200K, I would, do what or what. Yeah, sure. You can approach it in a different way, but try to be adventurous and work within your budget. That lecturer had 200K, but I'm just giving an example. So guys, like I said, this episode is all about planning. Hey, what's up, Peter? So the whole idea is to plan and execute. The moment you plan and execute in this manner, okay, we're gonna talk about execute in another episode, guys. But in the next episode, I'm gonna bring on someone who is extremely successful in the real estate or development stage. He's a builder. And it is my honor to be able to bring him on because I am so shocked that he's someone who's actually an introvert by nature. But he is someone that I respect so much because he achieved so much in such a short span of time that I have not found someone that has been able to do that in such a short span of time. But I don't want to reveal too much. I want to keep that suspense, and I'm gonna bring him on in our third episode, guys. And that is the part where you can listen to his story, and hopefully that he can inspire you. All right, guys. With that being said, planning. Please go and take that pen and that paper, or if you're a little bit more sophisticated, go and put it down in Trello. Start out that business idea. Share it with some friends. Don't be afraid to share it with some friends. If they're the kind that likes to ridicule, maybe you need to get them a little bit high, and then after that they will start spurting out the information. But remember, if the fucker is negative, please don't go and share it with him, man, because he is just gonna spout shit, man. Okay, go and find people like Peter Saddington, man. Peter Saddington is the guy. You go and start maybe a Bitcoin pub account, and then after you put up your idea, and his community will stream in and start helping out. You're gonna have haters, but you know what? The haters are gonna hate. The haters are gonna hate, man. So, like I said, just put it out there for the universe and allow the universe to give you the feedback. The more positive you are, the more positive the feedback will be, and the universe will just come together for you, man. Okay, now that being said, you may struggle for the initial part, but the moment you kickstart this, trust me, you're gonna thank me because I got your training wheels going, man. I got your training wheels going. You see, you can't just look at the bicycle, man. You need to go and get on the bicycle. You gotta fall, get some scabs, right? Get some cuts on your face, roll down some hills, flip over that bicycle, land on your face before you get good at riding the bicycle. Right? Okay, with that being said, guys,